Hi, I'm Kathy Gunst. Welcome to Maine. We're in my backyard where I do a lot of grilling this time of year. We're going to do a really cool dish today called a Tuscan grilled chicken. And Tuscany, the flavors of Tuscany we're going to use in this chicken. We're going to start with a 3.5 pound roasting chicken, and I've butterflied it. You can learn how to butterfly it, which is incredibly easy on the video, or you can ask your butcher to simply butterfly the chicken, which is just removing the backbone. This way it spreads out flat, and when we put it on the grill, it's going to cook evenly and quickly. This has got to be one of the great dishes for summer. So we have our 3.5 pound butterfly chicken. We're going to add about a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I wouldn't use the $40 olive oil for this, but a nice olive oil, maybe Italian, keep it all Tuscan. Then I've got fresh rosemary and fresh thyme from the garden. I'm going to give it a good sprinkling here. And you're going to see I'm going to toss it over it a bit so that we coat both sides of the chicken. I've got 2 cloves of chopped garlic. Use more if you want. You can never use too much garlic as far as I'm concerned. Good sea salt. This is really important. Not a crummy iodized salt. You really want the flavor of the salt. And these are nice big kernels, which will be delicious. Fresh ground pepper. Never pre-ground pepper. It's just ridiculous. It's like adding black sawdust. So a good liberal coating of black pepper here. So we have salt, pepper, garlic, rosemary, fresh thyme. And then this is one of my favorite tools. There aren't a lot of tools you really need, particularly for grilling. This is called a microplane, and it's fabulous for zesting lemons. The zest is the outside part of the lemon. And what this does is it just takes it off without getting to the white pith, which I'll show you, which is slightly bitter. So all you do is lightly rub it. See that? That's the white part. That's the pith. You don't want that. That is bitter. You just want the zest. And why we love the zest is that it's got the essence of the lemon there. It's very different than the flavor of the juice. It's subtle, it's fragrant, and it's going to add a great Tuscan flavor to our chicken. The other really important thing is when you can, look for an organic lemon. If you can't find an organic lemon, you want to wash this really well because you're using the outside, and that's the part that's coated with pesticides when they grow them. You don't want that. No pesticides. A little bit more because I love the flavor of lemon on this. And then we'll serve it with lemon at the end just to highlight the lemon flavor. And a little sweet Hungarian paprika, not the spicy paprika. This is not just adding color. When you grew up, your mother probably put it on deviled eggs. Hungarian paprika really does have the flavor of a sweet pepper. So it gives it a beautiful color, but it's also going to give it a beautiful flavor. This is what the chicken looks like. These are our ingredients marinating it: olive oil, garlic, rosemary, thyme, salt, pepper, and paprika. You're going to let that sit for a minimum of an hour, but let it sit overnight if you've got the time. The flavors will really immerse there. Then we're going to take it out and we're going to throw it on the grill. That's how simple this part is. So this is our Tuscan chicken. It's been marinating for almost 24 hours. So all the garlic and the herbs and the lemon zest and the pepper and the salt, it's really become infused in the chicken. So the next step is to get our grill ready. Now here's the fun part. We are going to take a brick. Yes, I said a brick. An old brick. Any brick you can find. Someone, somewhere that you know must have a brick. But if not, you could use a very heavy cast iron skillet or something because we're going to weight the chicken down. But because this brick is dirty, as most of them are, good bricks, don't go buy a brick. Just you want some weight. We're going to wrap it in some foil just to give it a good clean surface. And it's like wrapping a present. Here's your brick. Congratulations. Happy birthday. Happy summer. All right, I've got 2 bricks because I really want to weight this chicken down. And what's going to happen when we weight it down, we've butterflied it, but then the weight of the bricks, it's going to force the chicken to go flat, and it's going to cook really evenly and really quickly. We're going to take the chicken, we're going to put it skin side down. We're not going to add this oil because we don't want huge flare-ups. We're going to take our bricks and we're going to put them right on the chicken. See how it's weighting it down? So it's really, really making good contact with the heat. We're going to close it. We're going to let it cook for just 2 minutes. What we're going to do is sear the skin side. One of the great tricks that I learned when I was working on my grilling book is that there's 2 ways to cook. There's direct grilling. That's what we're doing right here. We've got a high heat. We've got our food directly on the heat. But the other thing, and what I'm going to do right now, is I'm going to turn this side of the grill off, completely off. So we have one side with direct heat, the fire directly under it, and we have another side with no heat. This is called indirect cooking because we don't want our chicken to cook too quickly over too high a heat. So it's been almost 2 minutes. We're going to flip our chicken over so that it gets seared on both sides. It doesn't matter if you start skin side up or skin side down. Then the rest of the cooking, the remainder of the cooking, is going to happen over here on indirect cooking. Now, what do you do if you have a charcoal grill? What you do is you make your fire. You've got your charcoals, you get them good and hot, and you push them off to the side. So you have hot coals here, and there's nothing in the center. So you'll sear your chicken on the side with the hot coals, but most of the cooking will take place in the center with the indirect cooking. So this works on charcoal fires, grill fires, wood fires. You just want a really hot part of the grill and then a not so hot part. It's been about 2 minutes. We're going to take the bricks off the chicken. These are great. This is a silicone mat. These go up to something like 800 degrees. You don't want to mess around with these hot bricks. I'm going to put those over here. We got a little bit of a flare up, but we should be okay once we flip it. And flip it. It's got a gorgeous brown going already. We're going to take our bricks. We're going to put them right on there again. See how it just flattens it out and you can hear that really good sizzle? These bricks are doing a lot of work for us. Okay, our chicken is now seared on the bone side. We're going to move our bricks off. I'm going to just put them up here out of the way for a minute. Now, of course, the bricks have gathered a whole lot of heat. So not only is this chicken getting seared on the bottom, but the bricks are really acting as a searing device on top. Going to flip it over. We're going to put it on the indirect part of the oven. So this is the part with no direct heat, and it's going to cook with the residual heat of this side. Carefully flip it over. See how beautiful all the herbs are on there. Now we're going to just put our bricks back down, but there's no fire under here. So we're going to cook it for about 20 to 30 minutes with the bricks back on, skin side down. We're not going to touch it. We're going to go have a great time. We're going to close this up. No direct heat here. Let's take a look. It's maintained about a 400-degree temperature. Going to remove our bricks. We'll put them right over here on the heat. Save these bricks. You can just, once you let them get totally cool, put them in a safe spot near your grill, and you can just wrap them with clean foil and use them over and over again. So here's our chicken. It's gorgeous. It's juicy. I'm going to flip that right onto here. See how gorgeous that side is, but there we go. Actually, you know what? I'm going to brown this up for 1 more minute. That's a little trick. Because it's cooked over an indirect heat, sometimes it's really nice to just give it a last-minute sear for just a minute or two, because as you can see, it's not quite as crispy as you might like it. The other side looks perfect, but it's good that you see this because these things happen. There we go. Let's put our bricks back on. Why not? So now it's back on the direct heat because I just want that last-minute sear, but why not use our bricks again? Okay, we'll give that 2 minutes, and then we'll be all set. All right, let's give that a check. It's been about 2 minutes, and as you can see, it's starting to spit fire again, and that's good for these purposes because we really want it to brown up nicely. Those bricks are hot. All right, let's use this is another great tool. It's a big wide spatula. The other thing I really like that are inexpensive are pizza paddles, the big ones, because you can they're great for if you're grilling a whole fish or a chicken like this. Let's take a peek. Okay, beautiful. It's really, really browned up nicely. So we can get some help from our friend the tongs. Again, I'm never using a fork. I'm never piercing the skin. I'm never losing any precious juices. So that's been about 20, 25 minutes. And see what a difference that made. Now it's got that look like if I don't eat this in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to die. It just looks so beautiful. Here's how we know if it's done. Usually you would wiggle the drumsticks, but because it's been butterflied, it's not a great test. We're just going to pierce it with a small sharp knife right here, and the juices are going to run yellow and not pink. And that's exactly where we're at. So we know our chicken's done. In terms of garnish, I've got some lemons here, some of the fresh thyme we used, fresh rosemary. But that's it. You want to keep it simple. This is all about really fresh, vibrant, simple summer flavors. We have our Tuscan grilled butterfly chicken.